Y'all, so many people have been in my comment sections asking for this, so let's talk about Aria Montgomery. First off, I'm gonna say, look how beautiful she is, because, like, I always wanted to look like her growing up. Like, her eyes, her doe eyes, I just love it. And then, yeah. But anyway, let's get into it. Now, when I first watched the show growing up, Aria was not my favorite liar. I guess it's because they really just didn't do too much with her other than her relationship with Ezra. And when I tell you that annoyed the crap out of me, just every single episode, it was just Ezra this, Ezra that. She never really had any friends outside of the Lairs. Anytime she was either dealing with A things or she was going back to Ezra. And Ezra just kept getting more and more toxic as the seasons went on. I mean, he was already toxic and already should have been jailed, but the fact that he got more toxic is wild. So I just want to first off say, Aria is a victim. Aria was groomed. I mean, whenever Allison disappeared in the books, it was a little different. The ages were different, but in the show, Aria was 14. She spent a year overseas in Iceland, so she was 15 at that time, meaning when she came back to Rosewood, she was 16 years old. It doesn't matter if she was 14, 15, or 16. She was still young when she met Ezra and was groomed by him. And while she didn't annoy me because she would sometimes choose Ezra over her friends, it was the writers that would annoy me because Ezra is not special. And the fact that I think Aria is the one that gets the most love interest throughout the show, and she had a lot of characters to choose from, but the writers just kept putting her with this toxic older man who, in fact, knew how old she was when he met her at the bar the first day and knew who she was. Like, he had been lying to her from the beginning. He had been manipulating her from the beginning, and yet they end up together. Watching the show again, like I said, I'm rewatching it with my brother this time, and I remember getting so upset because I was thinking, you can tell that, first off, whenever Ezra said in season 1, I don't view you as a child, that's a problem. That's not a good thing. He was trying to make her feel better. I don't view you as a child and stuff. That is a problem. But the fact that throughout the relationship, especially in season 1, Ezra would get so upset with Aria for reacting the way that she acts to certain situations. But the thing is, the fact that it's not clicking in your head that it's because she's a literal child, she's a kid, she's a teenager, she hasn't mentally and emotionally developed yet. And the fact that Ezra would always get mad at Aria for not seeing things his way or not seeing things in an adult way was like, what? And everybody was so focused on getting mad at Aria because she carried on a relationship with a teacher and an older man. But my thing is the fact that people don't realize that this is a fault in Ezra, because it's not just, oh, he's dating a younger girl. It's not just, oh, he's dating one of his students, because her father dated a younger girl that was one of his students. But first off, Meredith was in college, okay? Even though that still wasn't right, because her father was still married and you still shouldn't have a relationship like that. But anyway, it's the fact that Ezra, in his mind, he truly believes what he's doing is okay. Like, he truly thinks to himself, I don't see you as a child. My thing is, Aria, as girls usually typically like to go for older guys because they feel like they're a little bit more mature. But what's the reason why Ezra's going after Aria? Like, something is actually wrong with him mentally if he's going after a younger girl. And the fact that he's attracted to a younger girl's emotional state and mental state of mind is really messed up, because again, he gets so upset that Aria can't think on an adult level. However, that's what attracts him to her. I don't get it. Anyway, she was groomed 100%. Another thing about the relationship is the fact that they tried to make it seem like, oh, our love will stand the test of time. Our love means so much more. And anybody who tries to take us down and anybody who tries to fight against us is in the wrong. What? Like, they really got mad at his mom and tried to make his mom seem like the bad guy for not wanting them together. Like, his mom was not the greatest person, and yes, she made mistakes, because it wasn't just Aria that she was not happy with, but still, everybody saw the difference. I mean, everybody saw the fact that this relationship was messed up, yet they tried to make it seem like everybody who was against them was the bad guy. What? And the fact that her parents came to find out, actually, it was Ezra who said, I think it's time for us to tell your parents. Did he have a death wish? Did bro want to go to jail? He really thought, yeah, let's go in front of your parents and tell them about our relationship. He's the one that brought it up, and she was like, are you dumb? But then, of course, she was like, well, our love will withstand the test of time, so yeah, let's do it. They got in front of their parents, told them, and then, like, a few episodes later, the parents were so against it. And then a few episodes later, they were trying to understand it and then let this go on. Like, the mom, Ella, at first was like, I'm really disappointed in both you and him, and trying to find a reasonable way of dealing with this situation. And then she just gave up and was like, oh yeah, let's go out to dinner all together, you know, my daughter and her teacher older boyfriend. And then her father was okay with this, so much so that they were allowed to date, break up, be on again, off again, as if this was a normal relationship. And then they were allowed to get married, and then they were allowed to try to adopt. Like, the fans got on the Pretty Little Liars creators so much in Pretty Little Liars Original Sin that they decided the main character of Original Sin, she's pregnant, or she was, in season 1, and they were going to give the baby, let Aria and Ezra adopt the baby. Yeah, they cut that off after fans said, no. But the fact that this was what was promoted, this was seen as okay, this was their happy ending, the fact that they lasted and then got married and then it's too much. Like, they really made everybody who was opposed to the relationship the bad guy, or made us think that they were the bad guy or in the wrong. Now on to things I really enjoyed about Aria's character. Her style. She had the best style out of all the liars. I don't care. Y'all can comment down below, but still, she had the best style, hands down. The fact that she was usually always the one that was always there for the rest of the liars whenever they went through something really traumatic. And her relationship with the rest of the liars, her friendship, is so cute. Her friendship outside of the liars are also really awesome. Like, her friendship with Holden, I miss that. They should have really put more focus and time onto that friendship, because it was so well done. Another thing I like about Aria is her funny one-liners. Like, she was comedic relief. Her and Hannah, I understand why they're best friends, because they both have great comedic timing.
No, you listen.
If Spencer doesn't get better and she doesn't get out of rapping, you're gonna wish you broke your neck when you fell off that cliff.
Hey, are you okay?
Oink, oink.
Don't you guys have practice? Or did you lose your balls? Why? Don't look at me. I'm ready to hang a sign. Bitch can see. Guys, shh.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. The writers fumbled not making her A. Y'all can say whatever y'all want in the comments, but she should have been A. And I stand 10 toes down for my girl Aria. I support her rights and wrongs. Y'all cannot tell me that she was not one of the best liars. Like, she deserves so much better. And yes, she did have bad moments, particularly with Hannah. For instance, whenever she blamed Hannah, even though Hannah was a victim. And then another time when A was basically manipulating Hannah. She didn't handle that well, but she came back and apologized. And she's just awesome.